Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thanks to all of you who are serving on this panel today. And I've been back and forth between other committees, but I did have an opportunity to read your testimonies, and I certainly enjoyed reading those and the work that you're doing. Dr. Docking, I want to just come to you first. In your testimony, you noted that by allowing colleges to share access to staff and courses virtually through the shared model that you developed, that Adrian College has reduced its academic payroll cost by more than $2 million in recent years. In fact, you projected that these savings could cause tuition to drop 20 to 30% in the coming years. So my question is, do you think that other colleges could similarly cut cost and tuition without sacrificing the academic quality?
I do, Mr. Harris, and one of the reasons why I do, obviously, is that it's happening in real time at Adrian College. You know, if you look at what students want these days, especially post-pandemic, they want some of their courses to be online. You know, before the pandemic, at a place like Adrian, we all thought, oh, everyone just wants the traditional four walls and a professor up front. That's not the case. We did a survey with around 10,000 students a year ago, and students said that they would like 2 out of every 4 classes to be online. And that's often because they work, or they're playing a sport, or they have other obligations, maybe even raising a child. And so online classes have gotten so much better than they were just a few years ago that students are getting a lot out of these classes. The other thing I'll mention is that 84% of the students who take these classes say they're as good as or better than current classes they're taking on campuses.
Wow. Well, it's refreshing to hear. I want you to know about your efforts to bring down those costs for your students. It seems that around here, we seem to be stuck in the mentality that if we throw more money at the problem, that somehow it's going to go away. But you also noted in your testimony that, and I want to quote from it, the future of higher education depends on adaptation, not higher tuition, larger federal outlays, or reliance on donors, end quote. So as we think about ways that Congress can play a part in the solution, I'd really love to hear your thoughts. And do you think the government contributes to the skyrocketing college cost through the policies like uncapped loans?
I don't know whether that's the case. Like I said earlier, I think you may have been out of the room, that we really do pay attention to every penny. But I do think where the federal government can be very helpful is in the area of dual enrollment, because there are so many high school kids that are ready to take college classes in certain disciplines. And some of these high schools, literally, it costs them money to have one of their kids dual enroll. So I would encourage the federal government to look at whether they could incentivize educators to push kids onto college that are ready for it. The only other thing I'll mention related to your first question is 24 students enrolled in these online classes 4 years ago. Now I have 1,100. That means that I don't have the need for as many professors on campus, and we have cut back on the number of professors just through retirements, et cetera. Sure. We haven't cut departments, and that has given us more money to give back to students in financial aid.
Well, I agree. When you subsidize something, you tend to get more of it. In fact, there was a study of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York that found that for every additional dollar of subsidized loan money available to students, colleges raise their tuition by as much as 60 cents. And that's a natural response from schools if they know they have an unlimited supply of money on one end. But over time, that policy, I believe, is breaking our system because it doesn't set students up for success. And it's clear to me today that the private sector is going to lead the way in bringing down college costs, but that the federal government needs to ensure our policies will incentivize that same thing. And I'm glad that the big, beautiful bill we enacted had some common sense caps on the amount of money students can borrow. In the last 40 seconds, I want to go to you, Dr. Napier, if I may. Your testimony emphasized the importance of the Trump administration's AI action plan and cautions that federal regulatory overreach could unintentionally hinder innovation. From your vantage point, can you just give me some specific types of federal rules, mandates, or reporting burdens that would be most harmful to the innovation?
Thank you for the question. And in general, any sort of mandates here will slow the progress of innovation. So if there needs to be anything enacted, it needs to be clear and pretty open to allow people to innovate in the space. And just to allow us to do great things.
Great. Well, thank you. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
I thank the gentleman. I recognize the gentlelady from Pennsylvania, Ms.